Good morning, students. Last class I told you regarding chemotherapy of tuberculosis, all the drugs. Hope you have studied all the first line, second line drugs, and then the newer drugs, which includes bedaquiline and dilamanid. Today in this class, we will know detailing about the treatment regimens. So, as you all already will be knowing, there are two treatment regimens, intensive phase and continuous phase. So what are the drugs given in intensive phase and for how many months, and what are the doses will be taught in this class. So coming to RNTCP, what is RNTCP? It is Revised National Tuberculosis Control Program. Okay, Revised National Tuberculosis Control Program. So first NTP, that is National Tuberculosis Program, has been in operation since 1962. The Government of India, WHO and World Bank reviewed this NTP in the year 1992. Then after reviewing, they then described as a Revised National Tuberculosis Program, okay, RNTCP, Revised National Tuberculosis Control Program. So what are the objectives of this program? First is to achieve and maintain cure rate of at least 85% among new sputum positive patients. Okay, to maintain the cure rate of at least 85% among new sputum positive patients. Then achieve case dictation rate at least 70% of the estimated cases in the community. So achieve the case dictation rate at least 70% of the estimated cases in the community. These are the objectives. So the Revised National TB Control Program was based on DOTS. So what is DOTS? Is directly observed treatment short course chemotherapy. So directly observed treatment short course chemotherapy. It was launched in 1997 and it was expanded across the country in a phased manner. So what are the components of DOTS? The success of DOTS depends upon political commitment, good quality sputum microscopy. It is directly observed treatment. Okay, the name suggests directly observed treatment short course chemotherapy. So the ANM, okay, the ANM and the other field workers will visit the patient's home and will hand over the medicines, and they will be repeatedly visiting and inquiring whether they have taken the medicine or not. That is called directly observed treatment. And there should be uninterrupted supply of good quality drugs. So once the dose is over or first regimen is over, again there should be supply of the drugs for the second regimen. So the success of DOTS depends upon the political commitment, good quality sputum microscopy. After the completion of the treatment, you should do the drug and the sensitivity of the tuberculobacilli. So there should be good quality sputum microscopy and directly observed treatment. You have to observe whether the patient has taken the drugs or not, and uninterrupted supply of the good quality drugs. Then accountability. Then in DOTS program, the anti-TB drugs are given under the direct supervision of medical professional. Okay, under direct supervision of a medical profession, we are giving the drug and we are giving 3 days per week to ensure the best possible result. Okay, per week we are giving 3 days. 2017, there were intermittent regimen will be completely abolished. See, now we are giving daily regimen. Okay, before they were saying we have to give weekly regimen, that is 3 days per week. But in 2017, this weekly regimen or intermittent regimens was completely abolished. Now we are following only daily regimens. Now coming to main treatment, it is divided into intensive phase and continuation phase. So intensive phase will be about for treatment will about for 2 months, and continuation phase the treatment will last for about 4 months. So total duration of the treatment will be your 6 months. Okay, intensive phase duration is 2 months, continuation phase duration is 4 months, and the total duration of the treatment is for 6 months. Before, earlier it was varying for new tuberculosis case and previously treated case. But now, according to new RNTCP guidelines, both the phase, this is 2 months, this is 4 months, is same for both newly and previously diagnosed tuberculosis. Okay, whether it is newly diagnosed TB patient or previously diagnosed TB patient, for both you will have the same duration. That is intensive phase for 2 months and continuation phase for 4 months. So that comes for total duration is 6 months. So when we give the drugs in intensive phase, for what we are giving those drugs for 2 months, it rapidly kills the bacteria, and second is it minimizes the development of resistance. In continuation phase, whatever the bacilli was killed in intensive phase, the remaining bacilli which is present, that are eliminated to minimize the chance of relapse. So that is the main motive of continuation phase. Okay, intensive phase, the treatment which lasts for 2 months, we are giving to rapidly kill the bacteria and to minimize the development of resistance. In continuation phase, whatever the bacilli was remaining after the treatment of intensive phase, the remaining bacilli are eliminated to minimize the chance of relapse. Then the recommended dose of anti-TB drugs is HRZD. I already told last class how to remember the first line drugs, that is RIPES. R is for rifampicin, I is for isoniazid, P is pyrazinamide, then ethambutol, and first line supplemental injectable drug is streptomycin. So HRZES, isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, ethambutol, and streptomycin. So the daily dose, as I already told, a weekly dose is no more given. So you remember the daily dose. Isoniazid 5 mg per kg, rifampicin will be 10 mg per kg, pyrazinamide is 25, ethambutol is 15, and streptomycin is again 15. Okay, HRZDS 5, 10, 25. Last both are 15-50. So remember 5 mg per kg, 10 mg per kg, then 25, then 15-50. HRZES. Now, see, before the category we divided into new patients and previously treated patients. For newer patients, we used to give for 6 months duration, intensive phase for 2 months, continuation phase for 4 months. So in intensive phase, it is 2 HRZE daily. Okay, daily they have to take these 4 drugs, HRZE, and for 2 months. In continuation phase, you remove the Z. Pyrazinamide should not be given in continuation phase. So the remaining 3 drugs, that is HRE, for 4 months. So total duration is 6 months. Category 2, previously treated patients. In the case either there is a treatment failure or the patient has not completed the course or default treatment. Okay, this all comes in previously non-compliance of the patient. All this comes in previously treated. So in previously treated, you have to give for 3 months and continuation phase for 5 months, and that completes the duration to 8 months. So 2 HRZDS plus 1 month of HRZE. Okay, 2 HRZDS plus 1 month of HRZD, and continuation phase is 5 HRE. So total duration is 8 months. Okay, this was the previous treatment. Now RNTCP 2019 guidelines says whether it is category 1 or category 2, either it is a new patient or previously treated patients, they will have a one treatment regimen. That is, intensive phase is 2 months and continuation phase is 4 months. But the recent RNTCP 2019 guidelines has not been updated in your standard books. Okay, either it is Sarma or Tripathi 8th edition, it has not been updated. So in your books, this regimen is still being followed. So remember this regimen too. That is category 1, category 2. Category 1 is new patients, category 2 is previously treated patients. So for new patients, the regimen will be for 6 months. That is, intensive phase is 2 months, continuation phase is 4 months. So in 2 months daily they have to take HRZE, and in continuation phase Z will not be there. So 4 HRE. And in previously treated patients, Intensive phase will be for 3 months. So 2 months they have to take HRZDS including streptomycin, and the rest 1 month only HRZD. Similarly, continuation phase is for 5 months. In that they have to take HRE. So that completes the duration for about 8 months. Okay. The doses will be same. This dose, which I already told. So H dose is isoniazid 5 mg per kg body weight. Rifampicin is again 10 mg. Then pyrazinamide is 25 and ethambutol is 50. Here same dose and streptomycin is also 50. Okay, so that is for normal category of tuberculosis, and now we know the treatment of MDR and XDR. So MDR is nothing but multi-drug resistant TB and XDR is nothing but extended drug resistant TB. So what is called multi-drug resistance? The name suggests multi. So that tuberculosis bacilli should be resistant to at least 2 drugs. So that 2 first-line drugs, that is isoniazid and rifampicin. So MDR is defined as TB bacteria resistant to at least 2 isoniazid and rifampicin, the 2 most powerful anti-TB drugs. Okay, these are the 2 most powerful first-line drugs, that is isoniazid and rifampicin. Then why the rise in multi-drug resistance TB? So why there is drug resistance? Drug resistance can be either there is inadequate treatment, some people are not following the whole TB course, because of non-compliance, lack of motivation, or because of side effects. So there can be either inadequate treatment or poor tuberculosis control program. So the most reasons is incorrect prescription, okay, irregular supply of the drugs, non-compliance, and lack of supervision and follow-up. So the most reasons for development of resistance is incorrect prescription, irregular supply of the drugs, non-compliance to the treatment, and lack of supervision and follow-up. See, this is the recent RNTCP program. Okay, this is a recent RNTCP 2019 guidelines. This has not been given in your books. So kindly refer this PPT. Okay. See, first they have divided into the weight category 25 to 34 kilogram, 35 to 49, 50 to 64, 65 to 75, and more than 75. As per UG level, you just remember the dose for the depending upon this weight, adult dose. No need to remember the pediatric. Okay, pediatric no need to remember, less than 18 years. For UG basis, this table itself is enough. I mean, this part of the table is enough. So depending upon the weight, you have to give the dose. So type of case can be either it can be new or previously treated. For both, there is the same treatment regimen, not like your previous regimen. For new, you are giving 6 months, and for previously treated, you are giving 8 months. In recent RNTCP guideline, both new and previously treated will have the same duration. So number of tablets to be consumed, intensive phase, okay, that is HRZD, isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol. So you will have these 4 drugs and 4 fixed dose combination. Okay, so each strip will have these 4 drugs, and there will be in the fixed dose combination, that is isoniazid dose will be 1 tablet contains all the 4 drugs, and each drug will have a fixed dose, that is 75 mg per tablet, rifampicin 150 mg, pyrazinamide is 400, and ethambutol is 275. So remember the doses. Okay, 1 tablet will have this fixed dose combination of these 4 drugs, and fixed dose combination, that is the dose will be isoniazid is 75 mg, rifampicin 150, pyrazinamide 400, and ethambutol is 275. Okay. Then dose in the intensive phase. This regimen intensive phase should be continued for 2 months. Okay. And dose in the intensive phase, that is, all will have 56 doses. Okay, how these 56 doses came? See, when the person is 25 to 34 kg, see this dose, this intensive phase, this will continue for 2 months. So 1 month is having how many weeks? 4 weeks. Okay, 1 month is having 4 weeks, and 1 week is having 7 days. Okay, 1 week is having 7 days. So if you count for 2 months, you will get 56 days. So there is total is 56 doses. Hope it is clear. 1 month, 4 weeks, 1 week, 7 days. So 2 months, when you calculate, it will come to 56 days. That is 56 doses. Okay. And again, number of strips in the intensive phase. Okay. So each strip contains 28 tablets. So to cover the 56 dose, and then when the person is weighing about 25 to 34, they have to take 2 strips. Okay, 2 strips. So to get 56 dose, they have to take 4 strips. So in 28 days, they have to take 4 strips. Okay. This you can omit if you want to remember. Otherwise, just to remember the weight: 25 to 34, 35 to 49, 50 to 64, 65 to 75, and more than 75. Depending upon the weight, you have to increase the tablets, number of tablets to be consumed. If the weight is 25 to 34, he has to take 2 tablets. If it is 35 to 49, he has to take 3 tablets. Similarly, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, go on increasing depending upon the weight. And then what you have to remember in intensive phase, you have to remember the 4 drugs, HRZE. And each strip will have these 4 drugs, and they will be there in the fixed dose combination. That is, isoniazid will be there in 75 milligram, rifampicin 150, pyrazinamide is 400, and ethambutol is 275. Okay, and dose in intensive phase, all will have 56 doses, because 1 month is having 4 weeks, per week is having 7 days, and so if you calculate this for 2 months, you will get 56 doses. If you remember, this 2 is enough, and the dose you have to remember, and then the intensive phase is given for 2 months. Now come to continuation phase. This continuation phase you have to continue for 4 months. Okay, and in these 4 months, each day the tablet will have the 3 combination. Here it was 4. Here continuation phase Z will not be there. So only HRE. So it is 3 fixed dose combination, and the dose is same. Isoniazid 75, rifampicin 150, and ethambutol is 275. Okay, and again this is same. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then the dose in continuation phase will be 112. How this 112 came? This was for 2 months, right? And this is for 4 months continuation phase. So again, 1 month for 4 weeks. Per week, 7 days. So when you calculate for 4 months, you will get 112 days. So 112 doses. Okay, 112 doses. So remember these 2 columns, that will be enough. So first you have to remember in new RNTCB 2019 guidelines, either it is a new case or a previously treated cases, the regimen is same. That is, intensive phase will have 2 months duration and continuation phase will have 4 months duration. So the total duration will come for 6 months. So in intensive phase, we are giving 4 fixed dose drugs, HRZE. And the dose is about 75 milligram, rifampicin is 150, pyrazinamide is 400, and ethambutol is 275. Okay, and then depending upon the weight, you go on increasing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here also is same, and the dose will be 56 doses. How it came? 1 month is having 4 weeks, and 1 week 7 days. This phase has to be continued for 2 months, so total 56 doses. Here also is same, because this phase is continuing for 6 months. I'm sorry, 4 months. This is 2, this is 4. 4 months you will get the dosage is 112. And here only 3 fixed dose. Z is not there. Okay, and the dose is again same. So remember this duration of treatment and the doses, and according to the weight, how many tablets the person should take. Now come to MDR. See, the main drug sensitivity depending upon these two drug sensitivity, rifampicin and isoniazid, we can divide into MDR, pre-XDR. X is extended drug resistant and XDR. So what is MDR? The tubercle bacilli will be resistant to both rifampicin and isoniazid. Okay, then they are called as multi-drug resistant TB. And the extended drug resistance TB is further divided into pre-XDR and XDR. So pre-XDR, the tubercle bacilli will be resistant to rifampicin or rifampicin, isoniazid, fluoroquinolones, that is ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, levofloxacin, moxifloxacin, or second line injectable drugs. Hope you remember the classification which I already told in last class. Second line injectable drugs, amikacin, kanamycin, capiromycin, all are aminoglycosides. So pre-XDR category patients, in that tubercle bacilli will be resistant to rifampicin, isoniazid, and either it is resistant to fluoroquinolones or any of the second line drugs. Okay, any of the second line injectable drugs, amikacin or kanamycin or capiromycin. In XDR group, the tubercle bacilli will be resistant to all. They will be resistant to rifampicin, they will be resistant to isoniazid, they will be resistant to fluoroquinolones, and they will be resistant to second line injectable drugs also, amikacin, kanamycin, capiromycin. So remember how they are divided into categories depending upon the two drug sensitive, that is isoniazid, rifampicin. MDR is tubercle bacilli is resistant to both H and R, that is isoniazid and rifampicin. Pre-XDR, they are resistant to isoniazid, rifampicin, and either they are resistant to fluoroquinolones or second line injectable drugs, that is aminoglycosides, amikacin, kanamycin, capiromycin. XDR, they are resistant to all rifampicin, isoniazid, fluoroquinolones, and second line injectable drugs, amikacin, kanamycin, capiromycin. Now come to treatment of MDR. Okay, the treatment of multi-drug resistant TB. Here the normal intensive phase was lasting for 2 months in either new and previously treated patients. But in MDR TB patients, the treatment of intensive phase will last for about 6 to 9 months. Okay, remember the intensive phase will last for about 6 to 9 months, and in continuation phase, the treatment will last for about 12 to 18 months. 12 to 18 months. So in 6 to 9 months, what are the drugs? 2 remaining first line. So what are the 2 remaining first line? That is pyrazinamide and ethambutol. Already the tubercle bacilli are resistant to first line drugs. 2 first line drugs, that is isoniazid and rifampicin. So you can give them the remaining first line, that is pyrazinamide and ethambutol, ZE. And then you have to give the injectable second line drugs. Okay, that can be your amikacin, kanamycin, capiromycin, and fluoroquinolones, ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, moxifloxacin. And then second line oral drugs, that is cycloserine and ethonamide. Okay, so remember this is the regimen which has to be followed for a multi-drug resistant TB patient in intensive phase. The duration for intensive phase should be 6 to 9 months. And then what are the drugs should be given? They are resistant to isoniazid, rifampicin, right? So the other 2 remaining first line you should give, that is ethambutol and pyrazinamide. And you can give them injectable second line drugs, that is amikacin, kanamycin, capiromycin. And you can give them fluoroquinolones. Okay, ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, levofloxacin, moxifloxacin, and second line oral drugs. that is cycloserine and ethonamide. That completes your intensive phase in 6 to 9 months. In continuation phase, that is 12, it should continue for about 12 to 18 months. Okay, 12 to 18 months. In that, the drugs you can give is same. Fluoroquinolones can be given and only ethambutol, not pyrazinamide. Okay, only ethambutol, and then second line drugs, that is cycloserine and ethonamide. Cycloserine and ethonamide. Okay, so in continuation phase, that is the duration should be 12 to 18 months. In that, you have to remember what all you can give: fluoroquinolones and ethambutol, and second line oral drugs, that is cycloserine and ethonamide. Along with that, you have to give vitamin B6 or pyridoxine throughout the regimens, that is 100 milligram per day. So remember this diagram, you have to write in the exam. Treatment of MDR is very important question, so you have to remember the regimens and the drugs used for this regimen. In each regimen, intensive phase, continuation phase. So in all both this regimen, you have to continue pyridoxine 100 milligram per day. Now come to treatment for extensive drug resistance. Okay, extensive drug resistance is what? That is the tubercle bacilli will be resistant to isoniazid, then rifampicin, and they are resistant to fluoroquinolones or second line injectable drugs, that is amikacin, kanamycin, capirumix. Okay, so if you remember, this is the XDR. They will be resistant to rifampicin, isoniazid, or out of these two groups, any group they will be resistant. Either it can be fluoroquinolones or second line injectable drugs. So what is the treatment for XDR? Intensive phases should be continued for 6 to 12 months. Continuation phase should be continued for 18 months. Okay. So intensive phase, continuation phase. Intensive phase should be continued 6 to 12 months, and continuation phase should be included for, should be treated, regimen should be given for 18 months. So what are the drugs? Capiromycin. Okay, that should be given in high dose, that is 1000 milligram. Moxifloxacin 400 milligrams. High dose of isoniazid 900 milligrams. Para-amino-salicylic acid, which is a second line drug, 12 gram. Clofazimine, okay, which is a drug used for leprosy too, 200 milligram. Linezolid 600 milligram. And then amoxicillin and clavulanate, fixed dose combination, 875 milligram of amoxicillin and clavulanate is 125 milligrams. You have to give 2 tablets, one morning and 1 tablet evening. Okay, so that is a treatment regimen for XDR. You can remember the drugs name, doses, few drugs, doses you can remember. Okay, like high dose of isoniazid is very important, 900 milligram. Moxifloxacin also you can remember, 400 milligram. And then remember the fixed dose combination of amoxicillin and clavulanate. This drugs is same for continuation phase. Only thing that this has to be given for 6 to 12 months and this has to be continued for 18 months. So the drugs used for XDR will be capiromycin 1000 milligrams, moxifloxacin 400 milligram, high dose of isoniazid 900 milligrams, para-amino-salicylic acid 12 grams, clofazimine 200 milligrams, linezolid 600 milligram, and amoxicillin plus clavulanate, that is 875 plus 125 milligram, 2 tablets, 1 tablet morning, 1 tablet evening. Okay. Then next to tuberculosis treatment in pregnancy. Okay, how will you treat a pregnant woman with TB? See, according to WHO, the treatment is 2 HRZD. Okay, 2 months of intensive phase having HRZD and 4 months of continuation phase, that is HR. Okay, HR, and the duration should continue for, total duration is 6 months. But in India, which we are following is 2 plus 7, okay, 9 months. That is 2 HRE, ZD is not given, pyrazinamide is not given, and 7 HR. So total duration is 9 months. So remember the treatment regimen for TB in pregnancy according to WHO, it is 2 plus 4. That is 2 HRZE HR. Okay, and in India, which we are following is 2 plus 7, that is 9 months. That is 2 HRE plus 7 HR. So streptomycin is not given because it causes ototoxicity and of newborn. Pyrazinamide data is unknown, safety data is unknown, and throughout the regimen they have to continue pyridoxine prophylaxis, that is 10 to 25 milligram per day. Okay, pyridoxine should be given. Of course, you are giving isoniazid. So the main side effect of isoniazid, I said in last class, is peripheral neuritis. That is nothing but pyridoxine deficiency. So you have to supplement the pyridoxine in the dose of 10 to 25 milligram per day. So this is a treatment regimen in a pregnant lady. WHO is 2 plus 4, 2 HRZD plus 4 HR. In India, we are following is 2 plus 7, 9 months. That is 2 HRE plus 4 HR. Why Z is not given? Because its data safety is unknown. Streptomycin is contraindicated because it causes ototoxicity in the newborn. And throughout the regimen, you have to give pyridoxine prophylaxis in the dose of 10 to 25 milligram per day. Now come to chemoprophylaxis. To which people we should give chemoprophylaxis? To the neonate of a tubercular mother. Okay, after the baby is born, we have to give. So neonate of a tubercular mother or children with positive Mantoux test, or there is a TB patient in the family, or the patients having leukemia, diabetes and HIV positive. So what are the regimen for chemoprophylaxis is isoniazid 300 milligram daily for 6 months, and combination you can give isoniazid and rifampicin. That is isoniazid 5 milligram per kg and rifampicin is 10 milligram per kg. Okay. So chemoprophylaxis should be given for the neonate or tubercular mother or children with positive Mantoux test, or there is a positive tuberculosis in your family, or patients having leukemia, HIV and diabetes. So the regimen is isoniazid, that is 300 milligram daily for 6 months, or combination you can give isoniazid and rifampicin. So isoniazid 5 milligram per kg and rifampicin is 10 milligram per kg. Then tuberculosis in AIDS patient. So in AIDS patient, what is the regimen? Intensive phase will always be a 2 months duration. Continuation phase depends. It can be either 4 months or 7 months. Okay. So 2 HRZD. Okay, 2 HRZD like pregnant women according to WHO. So 2 HRZD plus 4 to 7 months duration of HR only. So the duration will be either 2 plus 4, 6 or 2 plus 7, 9. So 2 HRZE plus 4 to 7 months of HR. And this is a daily regimen and you have to give pyridoxine 25 to 50 milligram per day. Okay, remember pyridoxine dose in multi-drug resistant TB is 100 milligram per day. In pregnant lady, it is about 10 to 20. And in AIDS patient, it is about 25 to 50 milligram per day. And instead of rifampicin, R stands for usually rifampicin in normal TB category patients, but here rifampicin is substituted by rifabutin. Okay, which is the cogenitor of rifampicin. Why it is substituted? Because when the person is having HIV positive, he is also taking the HIV drugs like protease inhibitor, nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. You will know in your when we teach HIV chapter, these are the few drugs. Protease inhibitors, nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. So the rifampicin will have a drug interaction with those drugs. So instead of rifampicin, you can give rifabutin and cotrimoxazole. Okay, cotrimoxazole. So tuberculosis infections, you can give 2 HRZE plus 4 to 7 months, either 4 months or 7 months of HR. So the duration will complete in 6 to 9 months. And throughout the regimen, give pyridoxine 25 to 50 milligram per day. And remember, in TB, in HIV patients, you should not give rifampicin. You should give rifabutin, because rifampicin develops drug interaction with other HIV drugs like protease inhibitors and nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. And you have to also give cotrimoxazole to prevent any opportunistic secondary infections. Okay. So that was TB HIV patient, that is Mycobacterium TB. The second opportunistic infection which is most seen in AIDS patient, that is Mycobacterium avium complex, MAC. Mycobacterium avium complex. So this is an opportunistic infection. So it will have multifocal disease, and then it will have multifocal disease. After that, here the CD4 count will be less than 50 cells per microliter. Okay, and HIV RNA load will be high. Okay, in Mycobacterium avium complex infection, the opportunistic infections, it is an opportunistic infection where the person's CD4 count will be less than 50 cells per microliter, and HIV RNA load will be high. So what is the treatment for this infection is, again it is divided into intensive phase and continuation phase. So intensive phase, we are giving the drugs is macrolide, that is clarithromycin, ethambutol, rifabutin and fluoroquinolones. Okay, clarithromycin, ethambutol, rifabutin and fluoroquinolones. You have to continue this intensive phase till the CD4 count becomes more than 100 cells per microliter. In continuation phase, clarithromycin should be continued, and you can give either ethambutol or rifabutin or fluoroquinolones, and that should continue for about 12 months. Okay, so in treatment, intensive phase, continuation phase. Intensive phase, you will have clarithromycin, ethambutol, rifabutin and fluoroquinolones. You have to continue till the CD4 count becomes more than 100 cells per microliter. In continuation phase, you have to give clarithromycin, and out of these three, any one, either ethambutol or rifabutin or fluoroquinolones. So minimum is for 12 months. So remember the treatment regimen for all. That normal category of TB patients can be either new or previously treated. That category you have to remember. Treatment of MDR you have to remember. Treatment of XDR, and then treatment of tuberculosis in pregnant lady. Treatment of tuberculosis in HIV patients, and also treatment of Mycobacterium avium complex. Okay. So this is for your just to knowledge. World Tuberculosis Day comes on March 24th. Okay. Thank you.